everyone, it's Professor Kris. I've been getting a bunch of questions via private messages, both on Facebook and Instagram, and I've been trying to respond to all of them individually, but I also thought I might start a once-a-week Q&A section where I take some of the more common questions or more prominent questions, things that I think might help many people, and answer them to everyone. And I thought I'd do that trying a new media of video. So this is my first post into this Q&A session. So this question I've gotten a couple of times, and it comes particularly from people who are interested in pursuing higher education but can't afford to go to university or to afford a degree. And they often ask if I have advice on how they can obtain a degree. And my advice actually isn't about obtaining the degree. So let's start with what the ultimate goal of a degree in higher education is. And that's hopefully people go into it wanting the knowledge that comes out of a higher ed degree. I know many people come out really just wanting that certificate because that certificate opens up doors. And I won't deny that it does. It does open doors. However, the purpose of a higher ed degree is to show that you have gained knowledge in some subject materials, that you have mastered that subject in knowledge. And knowledge is actually free. It doesn't require a tuition in order to obtain. And particularly in this age of having a media on your phone, you can easily access information. It's the information age. And so one of the things that I often recommend is that if you're not able to start school right away because of financial issues, if you have some time to dedicate towards knowledge obtainment, gaining knowledge in the subject you're interested in, you can go ahead and start that now. And there are many advantages to doing that. One is that once you're able to start your degree, having spent time already learning the material that you're going to be going for will give you an advantage over the other students. It might mean that you have to spend less time studying once you get to university because you've already put that time and effort in. It might mean that you get better grades and have a better outcome while you're pursuing that degree because you've already done that. And then to me, the most important thing is that you have learned how to learn on your own. So you have to dedicate quite a bit of time to the acquisition of that knowledge. And that skill, the skill of being able to be self-motivated, self-driven, to learn on your own, is a skill that will help you throughout your life. It's the skill that I want my university students to get as soon as possible when they come to the university. So I was going to provide a couple of resources that I really like for knowledge acquisition. And so one of them is MOOCs, so Massive Open Online Courses. These are free courses that are taught by professionals in their field. They're usually from really high-ranking universities, well-known universities like Harvard and MIT and Columbia. And these professors provide videos that give you course material. They give all their course material for free. So you register for the course. It's free to register and it's free to participate in. Many times these courses have assignments that you submit. You may even get feedback on the assignment depending on the course. And a couple of platforms that I've used is Coursera and edX. Those are two of the early platforms. There are many others. And so I encourage you to go to the website MOOC, M-O-O-C, list, the MOOC list, or MOOC sometimes it's called. And so there they have a list of all the courses. You can put in the subject you're interested in, and it will tell you what courses are available within the next 30 days. And there you can start to learn how to learn at a higher ed level. Also, if you're really self-driven, YouTube is a fantastic resource for knowledge acquisition. So I use in my own course, I make the students, before they walk into my classroom, they need to watch several videos on the content, because there are videos that provide images that are much better than what I can provide in class. And so Khan Academy is a really good resource that I use, and also Crash Course. I like both of those videos for biology related materials. I know that they also have non-biology related materials, but I use both of those in my courses. And those are then free to access on YouTube. I will say the Khan Academy website also has material on it, like class notes and all kinds of things. So I encourage you to explore Khan Academy's material. I also use an open source online textbook in my class called OpenStax. It's through Rice University. Anybody can access this textbook. It has some drawbacks as far as textbooks go, but it is a college level textbook, and they have them in many, many subjects. And so if you learn well through reading, then you can access a textbook for free and read, and it provides questions at the end of every chapter. It provides interactive information, and that's one way that you can access that information. And then finally, if you're looking at science, one of the most important things that we do in science is the practice of science. It's less about the content, the facts involved in science, and more about how do you actually do science. And that's something that we tend to teach in laboratory classes here at the university. So I've given you lots of resources that you can use for content, but how would you actually acquire the practice of science? And so for that, I encourage you to participate in citizen science projects. There are hundreds of citizen science projects out there, and you can just Google citizen science and it comes up with multiple lists, anything in multiple topics. One of the earliest ones was the Cornell Lab of Ornithology. They have a bird list where you can look at birds in your area and help them track which birds you're seeing and how frequently. You can track mosquitoes. You can track all kinds of insects. I use one in the laboratory class that one of the laboratory classes I oversee, called Bud Burst, which is looking at trees, and either in the fall, their leaf color change and leaf senescence, the leaves falling off the trees, or in the spring, budding, so leaf and flower budding. And so if you get involved in these citizen science projects, those are the empirical science, right? You're actually helping to collect data on real scientific questions that scientists are going to use your data that you collected in order to analyze it and to come up with new knowledge. And so you can participate in real science through participating in those citizen science projects. And that's a great way to be able to do that outside of a laboratory class setting. So I hope some of these resources have helped you to think about ways that you can gain knowledge without actually being enrolled in a university or a degree program, and that you can do that through your smartphone, your tablet, your PC, and to do it for free.